Get me signed in here. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another coaching session, another live class here on list building. We'll be getting rolling here in about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Hey, hope you're doing great today. Hope you're building, you're expanding. Hope you are excited about what it is that you're doing. All right, so let me get myself logged in so I can see you, and we'll be getting rolling. All right. So again, this, as always, this is a live class we're doing, and we are recording this, and we will be we'll display this as a replay as well in the list building session. This is a finite series, just like we have on traffic generation strategies. This is list building strategies. There's also internet marketing strategies. These three kind of go. They're one of. Wait, turn me off, man. Okay, so these are designed. Okay. These are designed. By the way, if you guys can tell everybody else to refresh, their page so they can see me if they can't see me. Okay, good. Rick, I see you. Deborah, Rick, Lucky, what's up, you guys? Josephine, Diane. All right, Caleb, my man, Caleb. Okay, so these live class. Miles Seegers is always here. What's up, Miles? Looks like Vic has changed time on us. And we're 2 hours early. Talk to you all later. Okay, was that today? Edrelita. Okay, greetings from Maryland. Lucky, how are you, man? Ed, good to see you. Okay, Wayne, Tony. Okay, so here is the thing with the classes, you guys. Okay, we're doing these classes currently. They're we're gonna do them at 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. or 12 noon Eastern. We are recording these, so that's why this class is not a super mega huge class, because we are recording these, and these will go into the replay sessions. I do encourage you to get this information that we're gonna be covering here. If you have not watched our session 1, this is designed to lay a really solid groundwork. Foundational work for you as an entrepreneur, as you're building your empire, as you're building your business, as you're building your marketing. Never, ever, ever, ever depend on anybody else. And so, as you are using the systems that we have here, you need to educate yourself. You need to learn the game. You need to understand the game. You need to understand the rules of the game. You need to understand how to do certain things in the business, because you're in people's business. Business is a game, and you need to understand the rules of the game if you want to win the game. Most people don't know that. Most people don't care about that, and they're failing. Let them fail. You be different, okay? So this is more of a strategy sessions, more of like a high-level overview, ideas. That's why we call it list building strategies and traffic generation strategies, not the tactics or specifics, click here type things, because those click here, here's the best performing headline, here's here's the 3 words you need to use in a headline. That stuff can change tomorrow, and if everybody is using that kind of stuff, it will not work for anybody. You see what I'm saying? So my vision here, my goal, my outcome for these types of classes here that we're doing is to steer you in a direction you need to be going. And that will lead you to become a great marketer, a great entrepreneur. If you want to build your company one day, if you want to, heck, if you just want to be an affiliate for the rest of your life, if you want to promote somebody else's, products or other companies' products and endorse them, or if you want to become the world's greatest blogger or vlogger or whatever, content distributor, you can do that. If you want to create your own network, if you want to create your services or whatever it is that you want to do, you will have the knowledge and expertise and the strategical edge over most people in the world. Make sense? Okay, so take it from that angle, or look at it from that direction. It will help you greatly. Okay, greetings to you, Freda, as well. All right. Okay, great. So you guys, let me pull up my agenda here, or we're gonna do it together. So give me a sec. I'm gonna pull this up, and we're gonna get this party started. Okay, this is gonna be very conversational. I'd like to keep these conversational. We do have a mastery level, like very, very deep training that will be available. It's actually going to be one of the core products from the 4%. It'll be a combination. It'll be like a package in traffic generation, list building and conversion, they kind of go together. So, but I'll give you guys some, we'll talk about some ideas that will, it will make a big difference in your business. Hold on, let me pull this up here. Okay, programs, training programs, traffic, list building strategies. That's the class we've got today. Okay, let me pull this up here. Let's do this. Okay. All right, sweet. So let me know when you see my screen. Yep, you should be able to see my screen here. We're going to dive right into it, and we're going to talk about this thing. I think it's going to be an interesting conversation today. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Mr. Jim Grant, how are you? Okay, so last session we talked about the difference maker, right? So we talked about the stuff we talked about last time. Okay, so again, here is the thing. Okay, if you're watching this, I want to be able to see you too. Let me get myself logged in on this one. Yeah, I've got myself logged out. Let me go ahead and log in as David Jones. Mr. David Jones in the house. Okay. Hey, by the way, you watching these Coaching with Vic? Let me know what you guys think about him. Let me know, because those are going to be ongoing every day. There should be a new session opening up to you. Let me go to the live webinar section here, make sure that we can see each other. Mr. David Jones. All right, great. Okay, sweet. Let's see here. Okay, business and marketing, traffic generation. Okay, so this is how it's going to be laid out. You guys probably already noticed that. Okay, on traffic generation, that's what we had, the class we had yesterday. The replay is there. You can watch the replay right there. We'll do the same thing on this one. So you go to list building. This is for pro level members. If you're a pro level member, we'll add these here. Okay, the replays, and they'll go on there within, probably by the end of the day. It should be reflected there. Okay. Okay, so let me pull up your. You can watch the replay. Okay, let me pull up your stuff here, because we're gonna get to work. Vlasta, how are you? That's good. I am really enjoying coaching with Vic, Jim Grant. Coaching is great. Okay, they're educational. Okay, I'm all about ideas, you guys. One idea can make you a millionaire. One idea can turn you into success. One idea can also, take everything away from you too. One bad idea, that is. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, okay? Coaching session 2, or the list building strategy session 2, I wanna talk about this. I wanna title this one, Your Invisible Superpower, okay? So I wanna discuss that, and it's important, okay? Let me ask you this, who does not wanna build a list? Dude, it's a silly question, right? Why would you not want to build a list? Some people don't. Some people talking about building a list, but they're clueless. Most people are like that. They're clueless about how to build a list. And a lot of people really so focus on tactics, on tactical things like how to build a list, and they're completely approaching list building from a direction that is it's just wrong, right? Wrong. So what I want to focus on today is on things that will give you the superpower as an entrepreneur. Okay, very, very important. Most people don't get it. Most people won't get it. But this is how you become great. And I learned it the hard way. I'm telling you, I was doing what everybody else was doing, which is following tactics and gimmicks and you name it, click button riches or click button magic thingies or systems or whatever. That does not work because that does not build you as an entrepreneur. However, when you learn some things that are not necessarily being taught in this industry, unless you're in the 4%, right? That will help you elevate yourself above the rest of the so-called competition that's out there in the marketplace, right? When you understand certain things that are invisible, and this is not a rocket science, this is not something that, we want to talk, like most people don't talk about it because most people don't understand it, okay? I want you to listen to these ideas, let them marinate in your head, and also as soon as we're done tonight or today, right, as we're doing this live or whenever you're watching this, as soon as you're done watching it, take some sort of action on this, okay? Write yourself an action, maybe like a checklist, something that you're gonna do, or your to-dos, or your agenda, or your outline, or your outcome, right, of how you're gonna implement these ideas and these strategies in your business, okay? It will be important. Okay, so what is your invisible super? By the way, this is not a, this, I'll tell you this. What I will point, the direction I'd like to point you in today, okay, will be no doubt the single most important thing, the single most important ingredient that you can ever learn as an entrepreneur, especially being in this industry. The single most important thing, okay? Think about it like this. Everybody wants to attract people. Everybody wants to build a list. There's courses, there's webinars, there's people selling you stuff, talking about building your list and selling stuff, okay? That's okay, right? You do that. However, if you just look at it like that, very linear, okay? Just from a perspective of making a sale, you're missing out on 99% of the power and wealth that can be accumulated for you as an entrepreneur, okay? Here's what I would suggest that you focus on, okay? All that stuff that everybody else is talking about is going to become a byproduct result as a byproduct for something that you do that's different than what most people or how most people are doing this kind of stuff. Again, I'm not teaching you anything I haven't done. I'm not teaching you theory here. I'm not teaching you anything that I just read or heard somebody talk about and never applied it in my business. I'm teaching you what made the difference for me in my business. Again, I'm the guy that should not be here. Technically I should not be, in a position to run a company like a 4%. I should not be, having the lifestyle that I have. I should not be here. You know what I mean? I mean, from background and just how I grew up and just how my life was, I should not be here. However, it has nothing to do with your background. It has nothing to do with your education. It has nothing to do with I never graduated college. It doesn't matter. What matters is you understanding things. Just like that tree, man. You want to have good fruits? We gotta see what kind of if the roots go bad. Fruits are, the thing that's outside is irrelevant. What's really important here is what's beneath the ground. That's what's going to produce the fruit on the outside. And most people are so focused on the outside thing that they don't even know that there is a root underneath the ground, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to dig underneath the soil and talk about the roots. And I'm not talking about personal development here. Okay, that goes without saying. To develop yourself, focus on yourself, grow yourself, that's important. What we will be talking about is strategies that will help you become irresistible, that will help you have this superpower as an entrepreneur, especially if you're building a list, if you're working with people. This is one thing that you need to understand, and that is this, okay? Your superpower, okay, write this down, okay? Your superpower is your identity. The single most important thing that you need to focus on and develop and get very, very clear on, okay, is your identity. Okay, not like traffic sources, all that stuff is important, but everything will boil down to your identity. Why is that important? I'll tell you why. Because there's millions and millions and millions of others just like you fighting for the same result that you're fighting for, which is what? Get a sale, right? You're in a sea of competition, man, right? You get it? We're in the world of competition. So for you to not compete, competing is good. I like competition. I like Paul knows, right? He like there is a contest I want to win, all that stuff. Like I'm into that kind of stuff. I like it, right? If it resonates with my core values and all that stuff. So when I go into competition, I love competition because I love winning. However, I operate on different. I approach it from a totally different level than what most people. Okay, what most people are doing is they're just fighting for the prize, which is a sale or whatever. You go deep into the root and you identify, okay, you get very, very clear on your identity. Let's talk about this in contrast of, or in the context of list building specifically. So all these things we're going to talk about here, okay, brand yourself, people buy you first. Yeah, that's right, Jim. Jim is saying brand yourself. Okay, I can use superpower. Okay, I like that. Okay, like this is in there. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying here. I'm looking at your comments. Okay, so what I would like to suggest you focus on, okay, and let's kind of discuss this and put this through a filter of list building, you being an entrepreneur. Okay, so what is your identity? Somebody tell me, what do you think your identity is? Okay, like when I ask you, and this is how simple this can be, okay? I ask you a question, I say, hey, Nigel, okay, Rick, Champion, Jim, okay, Adrelida, probably butchering your name, I'm sorry about that. Tell me, who are you? Okay, if I come up to you on a street and I say, hey, who are you? Who are you? Right, can you answer that question, who are you? You can't copy, Nigel says, you can't copy and paste your way to success. Got to differentiate and just be you, okay? Right, you gotta be you, that's important. Let me ask you this though, who are you, Nigel? Are you a marketer? I'm unique, okay? What does that mean? What does that mean, Katya? I'm an entrepreneur. All right, entrepreneur, that's cool. Like, think about it, I'm gonna challenge you guys here, okay? So think about it like in the context of list building. See what I'm saying? Like in the context, you imagine this. You got, you're standing in front of 1,000 people or 100 people, okay? Big crowd. Answer a question, who are you? You say, I'm an entrepreneur. Awesome. There's thousands of other entrepreneurs out there, right? Who are you? Freedompreneur. What the heck does that mean, Nigel? Okay. I like that though. I like that. I'm a consultant. Thousands of consultants out there, right? Thousands. Again, who are you? I'm not saying these are wrong answers, okay? But these are the labels that people put on themselves, okay? Anybody can be an entrepreneur nowadays. Anybody. All you have to do is just say, I'm an entrepreneur. Somebody's unemployed? I'm an entrepreneur, man. You know what I mean? Anybody can be an entrepreneur, right? Now, what I would challenge you is to think about this. If you want to really take your list building game to the next level, guys, traffic is important. All things being equal, this future millionaire, oh my goodness, future millionaire, that's good for you, Jane, but you know what? I could care less if you're a future millionaire or if you're a future trillionaire. I could really care less about that, and so do your people. You know what I mean? This is your personal fire right here. But as far as your people are concerned, okay, I'm a connector, okay? I'm a connector. I'm a disability advocate entrepreneur. I am Freda, okay? I will be a 4% entrepreneur. Unique selling, it will be your unique selling proposition, okay? Here's what I will suggest, in pursuit of lifestyle and freedom, okay? These are all good answers. Okay, but you see what I'm saying here, though? This is how most of us are looking at this game, right? Internet marketing, we're looking at this thing so linear that, and most people do, right? And I used to be like that too. It's like so linear that there is no difference. There is really no difference. Everybody's an entrepreneur. Everybody's talking about, freedom and freedompreneurs and all these. I'm, a millionaire. That's great. I want to dig deeper though. If I want to stand out, if I want to have great fruits, there has got to be something that we need to locate, something that we need to hinge onto, something that we need to identify that will help you elevate yourself effortlessly without you trying really. And it's just a shift in your perspective. Okay. Let me suggest something to you here. Okay. The most important thing that I can suggest to you as an entrepreneur, as a freedompreneur, as all of these things that you guys are, evolving digital entrepreneur, okay? By the way, David, if you can keep that evolving digital entrepreneur, okay, again, that to me is like, okay, what does that mean, right? So if you can keep that simple, connect people with ideas and information that transform their lives, okay? That's good, Miles. Okay. Disability Advocate Connector, 4%er, future millionaire. My journey is my brand. Okay. Leader. Okay. Austin Tools says leader, trusted advisor. Okay. We're getting closer. We're getting onto something here, right? Here's what I suggest. Here's what I found. Okay. All things being equal. Your identity, if you want to build a giant list, if you want to build a big, stable organization, okay, your identity is simple. Leader. Let me tell you why. This will change your business, okay? Your identity is a leader. Most people are not building their business as that. This is really, really simple. Who are you? I'm a leader. Let me explain to you. It's going to change the way you look at your business, okay? What's the definition of a leader? Can you guys see this, or is this too small? Let me know if this is too small for you, or is this okay? 250. Can I go 250 on this thing? Okay, here's a definition of a leader, right? It will put things in perspective for you, okay? A leader, if you look at the dictionary, right, what is that? It's the person, let's write it down, who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. Boom, okay? This right here, if you think of yourself, imagine this, okay? If everybody, all your competition out there, all those 96% of people that's out there, they're just trying to compete for the same thing, which is, oh my goodness, how do I get this sale? And they're using people as kind of means to an end, you know what I mean? They're looking at people as their sale. Okay? They're looking at people as their as like, I'm gonna go kill something today. Have you heard that saying? I'm gonna go kill something today. Dude, we're not living in the Stone Age anymore. We're not killing animals to eat. You're dealing with people, right? We cannot be looking at people as our victims. We cannot be looking at people as our, as our money. You know what I mean? We're working with people you get money coming from people, so you're working with real people, names, visions, families, dreams, you know what I mean? Aspirations, feelings, emotions, all that stuff. This is the world we're touching. This is the world we're playing in, right? We're dealing with people. So all of your competition, all of your competitors, most people out there online, they're just so focused on getting the sale and all these ideas of traffic generation. And to most so-called entrepreneurs, to most marketers, traffic is just numbers. But if you realize, if you look at it from this context, right, from a context like this, like I'm a leader, what's your identity? Why am I here? And what's my identity? And how I build my business stemming from that identity? Because everything is going to stem from your identity. Your actions, your thoughts, how you feel, how you behave, how you go about your day, how you build your business, how you communicate, everything should stem from your identity. Now, that identity needs to be something that you embrace, you internalize, and you believe in. Okay? Deep stuff, not a rocket science, but really, really deep stuff. It will change your business forever if you start looking at your business like that. Here's why having an identity of a leader is really important, because very, 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 very few people are approaching their business like that. Okay, so when I look at this definition, okay, I didn't make this up. It's coming from, the dictionary, right? You look it up for yourself. A person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. Okay, now tell me, if you were the president of a country, okay, if you were the president of a country, would you behave differently? How would you behave, right? This is how I look at my business, and I started to look at it like this. I think it was several years ago. It wasn't always like this. I mean, I started out like everybody, just so desperate, and was, did not make money, and I was just like, I just going for the kill. You just go for the sale, go for the sale, go for the sale. And I was desperate, right? My business became easy. It became a lot more fun, and it shifted from being like something that I needed to do to something that I was looking forward to do. You know what I mean? Your day-to-day, where it doesn't feel like work. Yeah, you work a lot, you work hard, but it doesn't really feel like work because you're doing something that's aligned with your true identity, right? So if you were a president of the United States, politics aside, all that stuff, would you behave differently from somebody who is just a regular Joe walking on the street? Would you hold yourself different? How would you go about running that country? You see what I'm saying? You guys getting this? Let's have a conversation here. I'm actually curious. Okay? I'm telling you, when you start applying, let's see what we've got here. Okay? This right here, and then we're gonna start, I wanna dig into some strategies, some things that will that we're going to build on that, identity, on that foundation. Okay, to influence others in a positive way through one's actions and endeavors. Okay, person who leads and commands a group, organization. Yep. Anyone can position themselves as a leader if they really want to, regardless of current income. Okay, what I'm going to challenge you is to start looking at yourself not as a newbie or a beginner or somebody who is just trying to make it, right? Miles is saying anybody can position themselves as a leader. That's true. Anybody can call themselves a leader. However, what I want to challenge you on is actions, okay? Actions. What we do, a leader is not something that, what you call yourself. A leader is when somebody says that you're a leader, or when somebody looks at you as a leader. This is how your list building will go to, it will go off the charts, okay? Hold on a second, I'm gonna read some of this. This is a different reflection of you. Thank you. My preferred definition of leadership is the capacity to influence people by means of personal attributes and behaviors to achieve common goal, okay? I'm on that passion. I would treat everybody with respect, save them, and provide value. Yeah, that's right, that's right. The more you act as if you are that person, the more you become that person. But what if we did not act as if? What if we acted like it was real? Because you are. See, if you have, start looking at your business like this. If you got 10 subscribers on your list, you got 10 subscribers. You got a country of 10 people. I mean, you dig deep into the history, United States, was supposedly discovered, right? That's what they teach us. However, the country started with just a few people, and then it grew, it grew, it grew. Again, philosophical stuff, metaphorical stuff, whatever. But if you look at your business like that, so if I'm a leader, if I see myself, my true identity, if I don't internalize that identity as a marketer, I'll be just like everybody else. Man, I'll be so focused on What's the next, biggest, fastest traffic getting source or whatever, right? And that's important. We need that. However, what I'd like to challenge you on here is to think deeper. Go into the roots, man, because this stuff in the roots, when you have your roots healthy, right, your fruits are going to be incredible. Okay, so when I see myself as a leader here, and I truly endorse, I embrace that identity. And in the morning when I wake up, I'm like, dude, I'm a leader. I'm a leader of an organization or a country. You can have two people. In order for you to be a leader, you got to have at least one follower, right? Technically, right? You can be a leader of self, but how many of you guys have at least one subscriber on your list, right? Or like 5 subscribers or something, like you're just getting started, right? As a leader, I treat my people as equals. However, I'm the owner of the list, the boss. That's interesting. Yep, that's true. Okay. All right, so let's dig into it. Okay, interesting topic, guys. Again, this is really deep stuff. Most people will not get it. I understand. To most people, we got over 100 people here live. If you guys are watching this as a replay, wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, this kind of stuff has a tendency to go in one ear and out the other if you don't capture this and if you don't if you don't do something with this information. You know what I mean? Most people will not run their business like this. When we're talking about list building, this to me is really, really important. Okay, so let's dig deeper, okay? All right, so your identity is the single most important thing that you need to identify. Because your actions, okay, and this definition is going to be, should be a good beacon, okay, to base everything else off of, okay? Here's what I need to do, okay? If I'm a leader, let's talk about what leaders do, right? So if I'm stemming my marketing, everything will, if my dollars, all of my income, okay, will come from, let me share my screen here. If all of my income will come from people, okay, so if I'm going to work with people as a leader, here is something that that I learned that really took my business to the next level, and I'm going to share it with you. Okay, again, it's not rocket science. It might be a review for some of you guys. I've heard about this for the first time. It was probably 2000. I think it was not. When was it? I think it was like 2000 and maybe 2007-ish when I started to really look at this like in a business context, and this is that. So if I'm working with people, okay, being a leader, I need to understand people, okay? Understanding people is the single most important ingredient in your let's just in your business. Okay, and so again, everything we talk about here, it will be in a context of list building here, because that's what this class is all about. Okay, now to understand people, I learned this changed my business. There's 6 human needs. I'm going to circle back to this when we talk about headlines and how I research. I want to show you guys some resources that you can play with and to come up with cool headlines, hooks, all that stuff. I'm going to share with you the 3 rules for list building. My 3 rules. I'm going to share with you some $1 million ideas and tips. We're going to talk about some cool stuff here. Okay. I'm a 4%er, a professional marketer. Edward is saying, awesome. Okay. Katya is saying, I love this, suits my mind. Need to demonstrate actions that led to being a leader. Okay, Helena is saying, okay. So check it out. Okay, we need to understand people. According to Tony Robbins, okay, there are 6 basic human needs. There are 6 human needs. There is also some, there's basic human needs according to Maslow. Okay, but according to Tony Robbins, these are the 6 human needs that that he's talking about, and I tend to lean more with these in context of marketing. Okay, in context of what we do, these are important. And when you really understand this kind of stuff, it will help you create your campaigns in a way that will naturally, attract people. Because by default, like I don't want to be, if you guys have been following me, I don't want to be pushy marketer, right? You don't want to be pushy marketer. You don't want to be somebody who's always, self-proclaiming, look at me, I'm better, I'm the best, I'm this and this. That's repellent, right? That repels people, a lot of people. But how can you create your marketing in a way that people would be attracted to you? How do you become more magnetic as a marketer? And so building a list, when we're talking about list building strategies here, these are some of the strategies that you need to understand. And when you deploy them in a very strategic way without directly talking about them, but understanding them, you create your marketing campaigns according to to these rules, right? To these needs. So need number one is people need certainty. Okay? Certainty, comfort. All right? So people want to be comfortable. People want to have certainty. People want to know that, hey, tomorrow when I wake up, I can provide for my family, right? Now, keep this in mind as I'm just going to lay them out here. Okay? Certainty, comfort. Just like certainty, comfort, people need uncertainty. Okay, variety. So people, because if everything is certain every single day, every week, every month, every year, people get bored, right? So we need uncertainty. People like surprises and things like that, unexpected things, right? That keeps that keeps us moving, and I guess it makes life more fun and exciting, right? Thing number three is significance. Okay, people want to be significant. People want to feel significant, and that's important. We're going to talk about that in a moment here. Thing number four is love and connection. Need number five is growth, the need for growth. And need number six is contribution. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on this kind of stuff. Okay, be genuine. Leader lead by example, Jim Grant says. Yep, I'm a child of God and an awesome leader. I love that, Yvonne. Circle of influence, build rapport, trust. Okay, I'm just looking at your comments here. Okay. Let's see. Vic, notes are not readable. Please increase your font. Need to demonstrate actions, lead by example, 4%. Okay. Let me see. I can probably increase this font as well here. Hold on a sec. Let's go 300. That should be better. Let me know if that's better. It's not visible. Okay. Okay. So in my marketing, so filter this kind of stuff. Okay. You being a leader, we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some of that stuff. I'm going to talk about the 3 rules for building a list. But everything needs to be. It's like that Lego, man. Some pieces, you got to build the foundation stuff first. But everything should be stemming. All your marketing should be built around these 6 human needs. Okay, this is how you can attract people, and again, going back to communication, going back to emails, going back to what you talk to them about. So if you can keep these in mind, right, certainty, comfort, like everybody wants to be comfortable. So this is, we can talk about, we're probably going to discuss more of these in more details with examples on how you can include these in your marketing. Otherwise, if we do it now, it'll be like a 3-hour session. Everybody wants to be significant. Love, connection. Everybody wants to provide stuff, more for their family. People want to grow, right? And people want to contribute. So we can circle back to these things. Man, this is too big on my screen. I don't like it to be too big. You guys can probably go full screen on this one if you want to. Okay. So I want to keep this in mind. Okay. As we move on to the next thing. Okay. And I want to talk to you about the next building block here for this list building strategy, which is my 3 rules for list building. Okay, the 3 rules for list building, it's really, really simple. Okay, number 1, get attention. Number 2, I want to create interest. And number 3, establish authority. Now, I'm going to do these things, okay? Keep all you got to keep all this stuff in context. Again, I mean, this is the kind of stuff, I mean, we can go, we can do like a 3-day seminar on this and just dissect it. We will have a mastery level training on this kind of stuff. It's as part of the core, one of the core products here in the 4% coming up. But this will get you thinking, at least, get your mind spinning, you know. Everything should be connected here, okay? So to get attention, I'm gonna give you a couple ideas that I, you know, a couple strategies that I use, that I implement to come up with headlines or, you know, things that I pull inspiration from or ideas from that you can model. But that will all stem or be built on top of this first building block, keeping in mind 6 human needs, okay? Keeping in mind your identity, and as you build your landing pages, your ads, your marketing, your campaigns, all that stuff, it needs to be congruent. Congruency is really, really important. If there is disconnect, if there is, you know, if some things are not congruent, it will backfire, it will just not work, okay? It will not work. Let me talk to you about getting attention, okay? Very, very simply, let me ask you a question here, okay? Have you ever, let's see, I get a lot of my ideas and inspiration from industries and just things that are outside of internet marketing industry, okay? I pull a lot of ideas from just watching companies like, you know, Amazon, just big giant companies, you know, of the world. I'm watching what Apple is doing, how they create buzz, how they get attention, because, you know, we're living in a very, very noisy world, right? Especially marketers. There's a lot of noise, a lot of smoke going on. And so when I look at companies that are really successful, I want to identify, okay, can I pull an idea or two from what this company is doing? How did they get my attention? Okay, what gets my attention? And as I'm going about my day, about my life, what things get my attention, right? When I see a billboard, does that get my attention? But, and if it got my attention, what about it that got my attention? And so typically what I do for myself is I keep a swipe file. Okay, maybe one day I'm going to release a swipe file for you guys, but I'm not going to do it here. You know, maybe it's, you know, maybe at the mastery level I will. But build yourself a swipe file of things that get your attention, because in marketing, if you don't get attention, you will not attract people, right? So you're operating as a leader. I'm a leader, but you got to have people to follow you. So step number 1 is getting attention in the marketplace. Now here's one idea I'll tell you. Let's do this, okay? Let's pop over to Google. I'm going to share my screen. Let's pop over to google.com. And let's go to probably some of the most competitive industry, okay? Most competitive industry, perhaps, in existence, okay? Which is, you know, fashion and tabloid magazines, right? So let me do this. This is just an idea for you. Check it out, right? So I'm going to go and I'm going to do top magazines 2017, okay? Top magazines 2017, right? And let's go ahead and pull up world's top 10 most read magazines of 2017, okay? Let's take a look at what we'll get here, okay? Family Circle, number 10, People Magazine. Okay, we got National Geographic, we got Good Housekeeping, right? Reader's Digest, Better Homes, AARP, Game Informer, we got Awake. Okay, so these are the top, according to this site, these are the top 10 most read magazines in the world. Okay, so when we go to People Magazine, okay, here's a simple research you can do. This will put you in a direction of, you know, you as a marketer, everybody is like, okay, how do I come up with a headline? How do I get attention? How do these magazines get attention? See, if you walk, in a grocery store, and you're at the checkout counter, right, and you got all those magazines on the rack there, their job is to what? Is to do step number one in marketing, was to get your attention, because they're competing like crazy. Heck, they're one next to each other. Okay, which magazine are you going to take? Which magazine you want to buy? So they're competing for your attention. Okay, so for us as marketers, here's what we can do. Right, I'm going to open up another Google page here. Again, got nothing to do with marketers, but when I do, what I do is I want to step out from the marketing world, and I want to start seeing what other industries are doing and other people are doing that keeps them successful. People magazine has been around for a long time. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I'm going to increase this. Okay, let's take a look at this. All right, let's take a look at this magazine here. Right, here's a magazine. Hopefully you guys can see. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a look at the headlines, because this is how they keep attention. Right, this is how they get attention. This is how they do step number one. And how I can do, get attention as a marketer is by modeling what's already working. People magazine is fighting for your attention. They're fighting for my attention. They're competing with Oxygen and all these other widely read magazines, huge publications out there. The way they get your attention, the way they do step number one, in getting the subscription, in getting people to buy their product, step number one is they'll get your attention with headlines, okay? Just like in marketing, headline is everything. So I can brainstorm and I can buy course after course after course on headline writing, right? Writing headlines and copywriting, or I can simply pay attention to what's already out there. How I finally found happiness, Ellen, right? Boom, here is an example of a headline, okay? Attacked by Trump, okay? Some of the controversial headlines. Let's click on another one. All you do, okay? All you do is take a look, okay? Take a look at what's going on these headlines, okay? Steve Jobs here, his private world, he's brave. Some ideas will jump out at you real quick, okay? Some ideas, 100 most beautiful, 100 most beautiful, okay? Let's take a look at this one here. 31 hot new swimsuits for your shape, okay? Bikini body now. So now, as you're looking at this kind of stuff, okay, look at it from a marketer's, having a marketer's eye. Some of the power words, okay, you will see like now, okay, bikini body now. Okay, this is slim down, and also pay attention to the bullet points. Okay, so this is one magazine I can take a look at. Now another thing, let's go to some other magazines here. What are some of the other popular magazines? Let's go to Men's Health magazine. Okay, that's another one that they got some really good headlines. Okay, let's take a look at this. Six-pack abs. Okay, free pull-out poster. Eat better, think smarter. Okay, I'm not sure if I can get anything out of that one. I'm looking for the 15-minute home workout. Okay, headline. Boom. The 15-minute home workout. How can you spin this headline for your business, for what you promote? Okay, the idea may come to you right away. Or it may get you thinking, okay? 30 red hot sex secrets, 15 power foods that fight fat. So what you see here is numbers, okay? Commonality is what? Numbers, right? Obviously, if you're not a celebrity, you're not going to use your name, okay? 21-day plan. And then you got some bullet points here. How I lost 50 pounds, short and sweet headline. How I X without Y, or how I did that, right? And as I scroll down, 23 instant age erasers. Power up your diet. Okay? You see what I'm saying here? So I'm going to take a look at how these guys are fighting for my attention. Crush office stress. Best foods for men. Okay? How can I spin this headline for what I'm promoting, for what I'm doing, for what 30-minute fat blast? See what I'm saying? 6 moves for this six-pack. Okay? Hypnotherapy, does it work? Okay? Strong and fit, 20 heroes of health and fitness. What great leaders know. Okay? What successful blank know. Okay? 15 flat belly power foods. So then I can go to another magazine. What was the other magazine there? Right? We got People magazine. Oh my goodness, you want to know another good magazine? Like Crazy? Okay, probably the National. Take a look at National Enquirer. This is trash magazine, but they write some of the craziest attention-grabbing headlines ever. Okay, so what you would do is start paying attention to some of this stuff. Okay, a lot of this, I mean, obviously, you know, I don't care about reading it. I don't care about, you know, getting into the stories or whatever. Okay, that's not for me. But what I'm looking to do here is I'm looking for attention grabbers. How do these guys grab my attention? Okay, what do they do? What do they do to grab my attention? See what I'm saying? So this is step number 1, is attention grabbing. Very, very simply, if you pay attention to what's going on around you, okay, and see what other companies and other agencies are doing to get your attention, you can translate that. You can you can transfer that those similar strategies to your marketing. Okay. What we'll do is I'm gonna open up my my vault of the things that I have been piling up, all the ideas that I've built over the years, probably in the master, in more of an advanced training on this kind of stuff. You guys will see. It will be good. This will get you thinking, though. You get this? Like, you don't need to buy a $1,000 course. Just start on it right now. You can start, like, when you get an email, what was about that email that got your attention to open that email? Okay, when you go on Facebook and you see something that you want to click on, ask yourself, why do you want to click on that thing? Right? What is that about? So you can take a screenshot, or you can, just jot yourself a note, and keep that. Okay. So step number 2 is create interest. Okay, create interest. I'll just tell you this. Depending on what topic, depending on what you're promoting. Okay, Sherry Wade saying this is powerful. You guys getting this? How I lost 50 pounds, yet my bank account gained $300. I like that, Wayne. Okay. You guys, this is not a rocket science, but this is just thinking a little bit differently and approaching your marketing a little bit differently. Okay. Once you got their attention, immediately what I want to do is I want to create interest, because if you don't create interest, they'll leave. Okay. There's so much noise out there. I want to create interest by delivering information that they asked for in a way that would build myself up as a character. Okay, so create interest. Dude, we're really getting into some really psychological stuff. I'll share with you guys a couple ideas here. Okay, on creating interest. Number one is be interesting. Very, very simple. Okay, be interesting. Depending on what you write, this is an important one. Okay, for me, anyways. When I figure this out, okay, people will come into your world. You'll get their attention based on what they want. Okay, you will keep them around based on them connecting with you. So I don't want to get too deep here, but I do want you to understand the invisible world, what's going on here invisibly, right? So people are getting in for what they think they want. What's going to happen is, as soon as they entered my world, right, they clicked on my ad, my job as a marketer is to get them to opt into my list. Okay, so there is going to be a step between getting attention, which could be my ad, and creating interest, which is my thank you page. So in between this and this, okay, there is a capture page. That's a different topic. This is, we'll talk about it. But landing page creation, this is where I get them into my world. Okay, I'm going to start creating interest as soon as they entered my world. Now, getting attention, if let's say if 100 people clicked on your ad, maybe 30 people or 20 people or 35 people, whatever the ratios might be, will get inside your world, or get inside your your cyber house, on your list. And the way I envision it is, okay, when somebody comes into my list, right, it's like they just came into your house. So how they feel about that, the kind of stuff that they're seeing, okay, I want it to be interesting. I wanted to showcase my personality, my style. This is your copywriting. This is how you talk to them. Okay, this is how you will start building your persona. Okay, we had a high-level mastermind that we did. I think it was a $10 or $15,000 mastermind. We talked about building out your persona. Okay, your personality, your character, all that stuff is important. We might talk about it, in a master course as well. But creating an interest, think about different ways how you can create and establish interest, okay, for that person and get them hooked onto you, okay? Establishing an authority, here is what I'm going to tell you on that one. Okay, you can't lead somebody if you lack certainty. This can actually be put for creating interest as well, because this is an invisible thing that people will not be able to see, but they will feel, okay? And I guess we can put it here. Okay, let's put it under, yeah, let's put it there, okay? You can't lead somebody if you lack certainty. So immediately when they enter my world, okay, they have to identify me as somebody who is certain about their topic, okay? So one of the things that I'd like to do is when I communicate with people, whether it's in my videos, whether it's in email communications, you keep in mind these things right here, okay? Certainty, 6 human needs, because everybody is essentially the same, okay? Certainty, uncertainty, how can I talk to them that will make them feel more comfortable with me, right? More certain, and my certainty will connect with them being more certain. My certainty will breed their certainty, right? If you're in a storm, or if you're in a chaos, and everybody's panicking, and there is one person who is certain and takes charge and leads, guess what? Everybody follows them. Okay? So in my world, in my marketing, whatever it is that I'm promoting, whether it's whatever it is that you're doing, and again, my goal here is to point out ideas to you and talk about things that will help you become an independent entrepreneur, that you can sell anything you want to sell, right? Not like I'm not interested in teaching you how to just promote 4% or any one of the products. This is dynamic. This is applicable to anything. This is entrepreneur stock right here, right? So whatever I'm building, whatever my world is, when they entered my world, I can be promoting 4% or whatever I'm all about, whatever my identity is, and I'm building my country, right? couple things that I want to make sure that's happening there is congruency in the message, right? Congruency. Like you cannot be talking about one thing today and something totally different tomorrow and something, something else the next day, all because of the money or income opportunities, right? And there is no congruency. People will pick it up and you will lose people, okay? But whatever your vision and mission, whatever your ultimate long-term play is, right? Whatever, like 4% here, everything we do is being filtered through what we stand for, who we are, what our long-term play is. And if it fits our vision, we'll let it in. And if it doesn't, we're not going to touch it, right? So same thing in your world. Congruency is really important. And I want to be certain about the stuff that I stand behind, right? I want to be certain about what who I am, what my vision is. You want to communicate that, to people. And if you're certain, people will be certain with you, okay? Significance. Make people feel that by working with you or by listening to you, they feel more significant, or at least they have a sense, they get a sense that they can be or they can become more significant. Okay, aspirations. You want to talk to their aspirations, not necessarily their goals. Goals and aspirations are different things. Okay, my goal could be, make an extra $1,000 this month, but what I'm aspiring to, okay, is different. So if I talk to you based on your aspirations, you will connect with me more than if I talk to you about your goal, because your goal can change. It can be $1,000 today, can be $2,000 tomorrow, right? Goals can change. But aspirations, if you talk to them about aspirations, you tap into that significance part. You tap into that growth part. You tap into that contribution part. See what I'm saying? That's something that's beyond, beyond tangible. Okay. Again, this is deep stuff, you guys. I don't know how deep I'm gonna go on this one here, in these things, or in these classes here. Okay. Establish authority is really simple. How do you establish authority? Okay. Be authoritative. Now, when I say be authoritative, I'm not talking about being rude or being, or commending people or being just, a douche or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm talking about when you see somebody, how do you know somebody is authoritative? Let's see, what do we got here? Okay. How do we know that somebody, how can you tell if somebody is authoritative or not? Let me refresh this, see what's up. Let's see. This is a great eye opener. This is great. You guys getting this? Powerful. Okay. Did I just derail the hype train? Hope so. Here's why. It seems like everyone wants to give you an adrenaline shot if you're not ready for it in your business. Okay. So check it out. Okay. How do you know somebody is authoritative? How can you tell somebody is authoritative? You can't really, you can't. First of all, you can't just say, "Well, I'm authoritative," right? If the person is assertive, okay, they don't sound unfair, the tonality is their voice, okay, they are balanced and calm under stressful situations, okay, yet not aggressive, show confidence and knowledge. If the guy has an invisible magnetism, he or she is authoritative, okay, they're confident. All right, so we can tell. Right? We can tell the authority figure. But how we do that is we do that with our feelings, right? Now, there are some visible things for authority. For example, if somebody has a book, right? We immediately, now this can be a gimmick, because nowadays people are like, okay, I'm an author, but they never wrote anything. You know, like somebody else wrote the book for them. So that may or may not be. It used to be the book was a big factor in authority. Not anymore. Okay, right now it's more what you do. Okay, so it's harder to fool people nowadays than it used to be. Okay, right now I'll tell you this. Your hub is going to be more important than your book. Why? Because this is your distribution of your central place. Okay? Who you are, what you do, what you stand for. Okay? This is going to be more important right now. Another thing is authority. You can build your authority with video. Okay? Because with video you can't really fake it. With the book, you can fake your authority, right? And people do that all the time. With video, you can't really fake authority, okay? With video. Your knowledge, tonality, okay? Attitude, what else? When you go to a doctor, right, and the doctor is an expert, how do they talk to you? Okay, that's tonality. So very matter of fact, assertive, knowledgeable. Like when you know your game. See, when you understand the game that you're playing, you understand this kind of stuff. Okay, when you do your video, and you touch upon all these points right here indirectly. Okay, all this stuff goes under the radar. It's invisible. Okay, you're making people feel certain. You're making people feel uncertain. There is an element of there is an element of unpredictability or unpredictiveness, if that's even a word. You know what I mean? That people are looking forward to, like an element of surprise. You make people feel a sense of of significance, right? You challenge them to grow, right? You make them feel like they can contribute, they can become a more valuable member of society. All these things, right? Through your content, through your distribution, through your channel, through your hub, okay, whether it's video or whatever it is that you're doing, okay, through your tonality, through your attitude. When you do video, you got your body language, okay? You got your body language. So what I'm saying to you guys right now, I mean, we can go on and on. I'm just, just things that come to my head right now off the hook, because I wanted this to be more of a conversational, kind of laid back, easy going kind of a session here. Think about that stuff. So building an authority is really, 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 really important. You cannot fake authority nowadays. Maybe you can for about 10 seconds, but then you'll be found out really, really quick, really easy. Okay. There are sites like. Even on social media sites, right now people are trying to build their audiences on Facebook and Twitter and things like this, but there is audit sites right now where you can go check somebody out, right? You can see, if their Twitter account has real followers or not. Twitteraudit.com, you can go and check any Twitter account and see what percentage of their Twitter audience is actually real or fake. Right, so like you cannot. So it comes down to the individual, the person who's building a list, and I'm telling you, it's not easy. However, it's easier than it has ever been before. Right now, it's easier to build a list than it has ever been, because right now the world is more transparent, right, with the internet, and it's a lot easier to be. To tell fake from real, in what people are doing. Okay, you can't really hide behind a book anymore, or just a website that's faceless or nameless. Okay. Okay, I want to talk to you about. Some other things here. I want to give you some ideas. Let's maybe lay them out here. Okay, some things to keep in mind. Okay. Some things to keep in mind that will help you. Let's just call them, I'll call them $1 million ideas. Because these ideas helped me earn $1 million in business. Okay. So, man, I'll tell you this. The biggest thing that worked for me is when you communicate, okay, when you build your list, everybody is overcomplicating things, okay? Those days are over, man. The people that want to overcomplicate things, people don't, confused mind does not take action, okay? So I'm going to say this. Simplify. Simplify things to prevent confusion and overwhelm. Okay? So if you are, if you're trying to explain to people like whatever, who you are, what you stand for, all that stuff, even presenting your stuff, keep it simple. Keep it very, very simple. People will this really helped me in my business. Where everybody else, especially like when I was launching out, I remember a company I was launching out called High Traffic Academy. This was a few years ago. I demystified a lot of things when it comes to traffic generation. Just really broke things down really simply to people to understand, and people really, really liked that. There was a multi-million-dollar launch, and it was a very, very successful company. Okay, here's another thing. You are what you publish. Okay, everything you do. Okay, everything you do. Okay, if you publish good info, you're good. Okay, I'll tell you this. If you publish bad info, you're bad. If you publish controversial info, okay, you attract people you don't want. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I mean? But here's another thing. You publish no info, you're nobody. Boom. Simple. Truth. Facts. Okay? Tell you like it is. You know what I mean? So, everything you do, okay, especially if you want to build a list, again, you are running a small country. You are running an organization. You are a leader. You're a leader. You are a leader. Okay? That's your identity. So you operate, everything you do needs to stem from that identity. So many people get sucked into all these crap that's going on, right? Something happened over there. Oh my goodness, they're on it. And they're gotta put their 2 cents in it, you know what I mean? Something happened over here. Oh my goodness, they're all over this. Something happened over here. Dude, those things have nothing to do with your business. Your people, you gotta be somebody who will tune out the noise for your people and encourage them to tune the noise out instead of making it louder. You know what I mean? Why? Because that's what everybody else is doing, man. Okay? So the stuff that you publish, in your hub, like eStage, for example, can be your hub, can be your blog, can be your YouTube channel, can be your Facebook account. Even though YouTube and Facebook, Twitter, all these things are just platforms, they're not your stages. You should have a central place where you build out, okay? As an entrepreneur, it becomes your voice. That's why we call it the eStage. Your voice, your ideas, your business, okay? But what you publish is going to be really, really important. Keep this in mind, okay? Keep this stuff in mind. Okay, let's see what else I'm going to share. Another idea that I can share with you that really helped me is don't. I'd say focus. I'm just going to say this. Money is a by. Money is a byproduct. Or something you do. Okay? Don't focus on making money. Focus on building your identity and strengthening your identity. Okay? Here is something else I'm going to tell you. Hold on one sec. I got text here. Be right back with you guys. Okay. Sweet. All right. I'll give you one more. Okay, that will be that's huge. Okay, most people will not engage in it, but if you will, okay, accelerate your learning. Okay, accelerate your learning, because this will. Do you think presidents of countries, do you think leaders of organizations, do you think somebody who is the person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country, do you think they are learning things on a consistent basis? Okay, all of the broke and unsuccessful marketers and so-called entrepreneurs, they're hypocrites. They're not growing, they're not building themselves, they're not learning. Okay, I'm going to say accelerate your learning. Okay, read a lot. Read a lot. Every single day, you got to read a lot. You got to listen to things. You know, don't have downtime. Don't have exercise your body. It's important. It is important, you guys. Okay, it's important. Your body and your mind are connected. Okay? It's important. I'll give you another one. Nothing beats hard work. Okay? Don't buy into the theories of working smart and, you know, living in the 21st century, 2018, 2017, whatever the year that we live in, and you don't have to work hard. Man, I'm telling you, there is nobody that becomes a president of the country without hard work. Nobody. Watch those guys campaign, right? Watch every president, no matter what country. Watch them going campaigning, okay? That's how you should be approaching building your business and building your tribe and getting to the point to where people see you, right, and rising above the noise. You got to be strategic. You got to be smart. You got to have systems. You got to work smart. And working smart, in my opinion, is being knowledgeable about some of the things that are invisible. That's really it. Okay, so when you can leverage things that are invisible and understand how the invisible world works, and you can leverage some of the things that most people are clueless about. Most people are trying to change their fruits over here. You go down into the root, you change some of the things in the root, you know, feed it, fertilize it a little bit better, right? Fix the root stuff. The fruits naturally take care of themselves, right? But then you got to work really, really hard as well. Hard work and smart work together, okay? Work hard, because most people are not, okay? And here's something else. Give more. And you'll never be in need. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Okay? This can be your knowledge, this can be your content, this can be you know, financial, this can be your time, this can be just helping others. This is just like universal, one of those things that will never fail you, okay? I want to see, let me pull up. Thank you, Jeet. Exercise spelling is wrong. Let's take a look at the exercise spelling, how we got that. Oh, thank you. There we go. We got her fixed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay. So I wanna see. Let me ask you guys this. Hostility, rest underneath aggression, try to get themselves in the posture to stem conspiracies and content of key. Look in the way you're not talking about. Yeah. They're comfortable with the information they're providing you. You personally are confident, calm under circumstances. Okay, so got it. Question for you guys: does this make sense? Okay, does this make sense? So to recap, three things. Okay, three things to focus on. Number one is, how do you get attention? Okay, this is step number one. Watch things around you. You know, when you're in the store, identify companies, identify magazines, identify things that are fighting for your attention, for you personally, because you're a human just like everybody else, okay? I'm a human just like you are, just like everybody else. So if something gets my attention, I'll ask what about it that got my attention, right? Keep a note, build a library, build an archive. That can be valuable for you one day, right? Because you never know. You might want to share it. You might want to, you might want to create a product out of it. You might want to, that can be an asset. That's an asset that you're building. Build business assets, and that's one of them. Your list is another asset. Master creation of, I'll tell you guys this. If you're listening to me, obviously you're in 4%, I will highly recommend that you master ClickFunnels, okay? Master ClickFunnels. Here's why. If you use lead pages, whatever, it doesn't matter. I personally like ClickFunnels because it's the company that, first of all, they're going places, okay? So their vision is huge for expansion. Most of the companies out there, they're like, okay, here's our company, here's what we're doing. ClickFunnels, they got their eye on a prize that's big. Now, will they pull it off? Will they do what they say they will do? I hope so, I think so, but at least they're going in the right direction. You know what I mean? So I like that. I like the competitiveness, the competitive spirit that Russell Brunson has, and I think that company has a great potential. So right now, they're probably one of the best, if not the best, funnel building company out there, okay? That's why we endorse them, and we can be endorsing anything else that's out there. Don't go for cheap, go for the best and master the best, okay? It'll be a really good asset for you to have. Number two, identify how do you get attention? How do you create interest? Okay, you got attention, you captured them. How do you create interest? And this is where you start to work on yourself. Most people will not do that. Most people will be like, okay, here's the thing you opted in for. As soon as their contact opted in, they will immediately pass them on to the thank you page of some other program that they're promoting, which is fine initially. Look, we have that system in 4% here. When you're promoting products, that's how the funnels typically are structured. I want to take you a step further. I want to take you 10 steps further. I want you to start thinking a little bit differently, because that's why we're here. That's why we exist, is to help you become true, real entrepreneur. Now, do you have to do this immediately, like tomorrow? Not really, right? But this is something that you need to have. You need to look forward to. And you need to be okay with in building yourself if your goal, if your long-term vision is to become a great entrepreneur, okay? Not call yourself entrepreneur and then rely on somebody else to make you money. I want to teach you how to go out there and get your own money anytime you want, any day you want, with no matter what the economy is doing, okay? This is how, okay? Work, and if you guys are interested, we will have, like, we're creating one of the core products in 4% that will be available soon, depending, if you're watching this as a replay, it might already be available. Like yesterday I talked about traffic, right? But just equally as important is converting that traffic. And converting that traffic has to do a lot with some of the things that we're talking about today, right? Which is building your persona, list building, converting that list, and more importantly, it's not just converting that list for a sale, it's converting that list so that list bonds with you, right? And you guys have that you become like that magnet to where they feel emotional. There is emotional dependency, right? If you can create emotional dependency with people that are on your list, that are listening to you, it's not an easy task. But if you can do that, and you can do that with understanding some of the invisible stuff and understanding how the invisible world works, right? You will have people that will be connected with you emotionally on the emotional level, right? Product becomes irrelevant. They'll follow you, anywhere you go. And they'll keep coming back to you. Even if they might leave you or whatever, get distracted, just how people are, they'll always remember, and most of them will always come back to you, okay? So I'm planning on releasing that course. It's going to be it's going to be really, really important training for everybody. And so what I'm thinking about doing is going into the mastery level education and that kind of stuff. So things that would typically be, taught on, at a $20,000 mastermind, really, really detailed micro trainings on how to create your personality, your character, build your charisma, all that stuff that's important, it's invisible. It will be there, okay? And then, love ClickFunnels. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, and then step number 3 is creating authority. And creating authority is something that you do every day that will by default build you into an authoritative person. Okay. Deep stuff we talked about today. I know that it's not easy to just digest. This is more of a solid food, instead of like a soup or something. You know what I mean? But looking forward to expanding more on these training sessions. There's probably going to be about another 4 or so training sessions coming up on list building, and I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, watch these as a replay. We're going to post it in the list building strategies replay session. And if you guys have questions, let us know. Maybe email support or submit it to Coaching with Vic. See, if you go to right here, if you go to these tabloids here, let's close them out. Okay. Let's see, actual size. Shicky boom. Okay, so look, if you go to dashboard, okay, go to dashboard, you go on the bottom here, it says Coaching with Vic. If you have specific questions, don't send your support questions here. Don't send your support related questions. But if you have questions on, how do you become better entrepreneur? How do you, what's that burning question that you have that's not support related? Like, don't send me, Vic, how do I submit my 1099 form to you? That's not me, man. That's why we have support. And there's this button right here. When you click on it, it's almost 24/7. I believe it's like 18 hours a day. We provide live chat support. You don't even have to email anybody right now. You can just click that button and boom, you just talk to somebody right there. Okay, but if you have more of a deeper question, strategy question, if you have a question on building you as an entrepreneur, submit that over, okay? And I'll be tackling them in Coaching with Vic, or we'll have additional webinars, or I'll incorporate that into our training as we expand the 4%, as we're building things out and creating more content, that kind of stuff. This is for you, okay? This platform, the 4%, is for you. It's not for me, I mean, I want to help our people become great entrepreneurs, okay? So if you want to become great, if you don't want to be flash in the pan, make $200 today and be all rah, I'm making money, and then you go starving for the next 2 weeks. I want to help you build stable business that you can count on, okay? That you're in control, that you can call your shots, and you can make that happen, okay? You never have to depend on anybody else. Ultimately, that's where you want to be at. It will not happen overnight. It will not happen in a week or two, but it can happen for you, okay? Just like anything. If you want it, I'm here, and my goal is to help you build that, okay? Listen, I appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I think tomorrow we have another class on internet marketing strategies, so I'll see you there. We might need to change the time on it because I just got a notification saying that there's something going on with my schedule, family-wise, that I might be tied up at this time tomorrow. But watch for the announcement about that call tomorrow. Okay? Appreciate you. Be awesome, you guys. I'll see you.